People of the internet! Welcome back to another video. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, folks. I got a video pulled up here. It comes from E! News, in which it details the trouble and fiasco between actress Halle Bailey and content creator, rapper, artist, live streamer DDG. Of course, it says here, DDG accuses ex Halle Bailey of being, quote, psychological risk to their son, Halo. Folks, I typically don't like speaking on celebrity gossip. I don't typically like highlighting and bringing light to people's, kicking people when they're down and, sad stories and things of that nature. I don't like dealing with the mess, right? The only reason I wanted to speak on this topic in particular is that, one, I am very familiar with the situation. I'm actually a fan of, or supporter of, I guess you could say, supporter of DDG. Of course, he's a live streamer, content creator on these YouTube streets, on Twitch, whatever the case is. I do keep up with him and the endeavors that he has going on. Salute to that brother during these troubling times. Halle Bailey, of course, I have no problem with her. I think she's, again, attractive young lady. We know her as the Little Mermaid. We know her in her group with her sister. Of course, as an artist, I know she's also talented as well, too. We've been seeing a little bit of back and forth on social media. The two have split ways. The two have a child, adorable son by the name of Halo, who's, I'd say, caught in the middle of all of this. We're hearing about restraining orders, and we're hearing about, attacks and physical domestic violence and things of that nature. I want to get into this story from E! News, get a little bit more insight. Of course, I'll share my thoughts. I encourage you guys to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's get into it.
Halle Bailey is facing serious allegations from her ex, DDG, amid the custody battle over their son, Halo. In an emergency motion filed by DDG on June 4th, the rapper asked the court to deny Halle's recent request to take their 17-month-old to Italy for work, accusing the Little Mermaid star of being an imminent emotional and psychological risk to herself and their child. DDG, whose real name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., alleged in court documents obtained by E! News that Halle routinely used emotional coercion and manipulation to exert her control over me, often threatening me by using self-harm or ending her life throughout their on-and-off-again relationship of almost 3 years. In one alleged instance during Halle's pregnancy in 2023, DDG said she threatened me by demanding that we reconcile or she would go through with the abortion. DDG said the actress allegedly threatened to end her life using my legally owned firearm in another incident that same year, accusing Halle of grabbing the weapon and leaving their home without telling anyone her whereabouts. DDG alleged that Halle also stalked him during their relationship, as well as physically and verbally abused him. The rapper wrote in his filing, "Given these threats to self-harm, I believe the petitioner is a threat to our son's safety, such that she should not be allowed to take Halo out of the country to Italy for a period of 2 months." He is requesting that the court grant him sole legal and physical custody of Halo or impose an alternative visitation plan where he and Halle trade off 2-day and 5-day blocks. DDG's filing comes weeks after Halle filed to obtain sole legal and physical custody of Halo, alleging that DDG attacked her during a co-parenting handoff in January. She was granted a temporary restraining order against DDG, who has denied the abuse allegations. E! News has reached out to Halle's attorney about DDG's allegations but hasn't heard back. In a court response to DDG's filing obtained by TMZ, Halle accused DDG of being uncooperative in negotiations, alleging that he waited until her temporary restraining order was expired to file for custody of Halo.
Yikes. Pause it right there. So there you heard it, folks. Trouble in paradise between this two young, beautiful couple. Again, I typically don't like diving into celebrity gossip and, especially the negative side of celebrity gossip. But I think there's take-home value on all of this. Of course, as I hear this story, there's elements of this that resonate a lot with me in regards of being in the public eye in terms of being a content creator. Of course, again, as I mentioned, I'm fully familiar with DDG. I've been following him and supporting him for some years. He's an artist. He makes good music. He's a live streamer. He's a content creator on YouTube. He does a lot of things within the popular culture, the culture that I follow. And I'm a supporter of his. I hope he's doing well. I hope he's able to pull through. I hope everything is well. Again, Halle Bailey is somebody that I loosely know as well, too, just being familiar with just hip-hop music culture, popular culture, whatever the case is. And a couple of things that I take away from this story, folks, is one, you never judge a book by its cover. Because, of course, if you guys may or may not know, Halle Bailey, of course, is painted within the industry as this super sweet, charming, innocent young lady. Of course, she's soft-spoken. She has a beautiful smile. She sings so well. But from the text messages that have been released, course, to the allegedly, of course, all of this is allegedly, but the court documents that have been coming out as of late, the news has been coming out as of late, circling around this story, is showing her to be a little bit otherwise. She has threatened, taking her own life, has threatened DDG's life. She's, took firearms and called him out his name and things of that nature, restraining orders, this, that, and the other, a little bit of jealousy and things of that nature. Of course, things have been coming out. This tells me you can't judge a book by its cover. It also tells me that we don't know these people are real life humans as well too. So just because we know them as one thing, in the public eye as actors and actresses and content creators, with the cases, that these are real people as well too behind closed doors who also have issues and things that us everyday humans go through as well too. This is also a cautionary tale of just being mindful with the people that you have children with and the people that you get into certain situations with, man. The mental and emotional stability of a lot of these people, man. Of course, again, this is all speculative, but from what I've been hearing, DDG is filing, I guess a rebuttal, I guess you could say, on her restraining order. Of course, Halle Bailey already filed a restraining order against DDG, which she'd won. DDG is now rebuttaling and saying, hey, now I'm filing a counter to that to say that, I guess she's about to head over to Italy for about 2 months and she's taking the son with her. DDG is now arguing that she's not in the mental or emotional capacity to be able to take her son overseas for a long period of time. Of course, the judges disputed that and denied that claim from DDG, so it does look like she still has that right to be able to take her son wherever she wants to go. But it's very sad. Again, this is a young couple, very young couple. I think DDG is like 27. Halle Bailey maybe a little bit younger than that. Young, beautiful couple, of course, what seemed to be... I was a fan of this couple, to be completely honest. I had no problem with it. Again, I know this guy from how he presents himself online, the content that he makes. He's a cool dude to me. And it's just kind of sad to see, again, specifically within the black community, if you want to take it there, but how, things aren't always what it seems to be behind closed doors. So, again, folks, take home value for all of this, man. Just be civil with one another, man. Be civil with one another, man. Fellas as well, too, man. Be mindful of the women that you are in close quarters with, man. A lot of these women, look good on the outside, may have that image, of course, as the innocent good girl, whatever the case is, but are they mentally and emotionally stable? Right? Are they who they really are, behind closed doors, right? Especially when it comes time to start having children with these women as well, too. If you're considering marrying or having children with a woman, make sure you guys have conversations about things just like this, right? So I'm sure in the beginning, all of this started out, good and dandy. And it's just sad to see how things have unfolded again in this young couple's lives. And it all being interpreted between people on social media, across social media. All this news has been going viral as of late as well, too. And I know that can bring a certain level of pressure for both parties involved. The child involved, DDG, Halle Bailey. Of course, I know this is a lot of scrutiny and a lot of stress that's being added onto their lives because they are public figures. So just a cautionary tale. Again, peace and blessings to both of these two. Again, I have no problem with Halle Bailey, of course. Peace and blessings to her. Peace and blessings to my man DDG over there, man. I hope you guys could find a peaceful solution in all of this as well, too. For us regular people, man, who are just spectators in all of this, let it be a cautionary tale, man. Be a cautionary tale that people have feelings, people have emotions. We should try to find civil solutions to settle our disagreements, especially when there's children involved, young children involved. Just be civil with one another, folks. Be rational. Take care of your mental health as well, too. Your mental and emotional stability as well, to make sure that's in tip-top shape when you're taking on relationships and children and things of that nature, man. That's just what I took away from this story. Of course, you guys can share your thoughts down in the comment section below as well, too. As always, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. I will catch you guys on the next one.